All right, so Krabs will not be on our show tomorrow, unfortunately. So what we're going to do is we're going to do all four games today because we want your thoughts on all of them. There's two games tonight, right? We get SEMO versus Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, 3.5 point spread, and then Pitt playing Miss State, another SEC team there. So let's start with the uglier game, Krabs, 16-16. What do you think?
Yeah, I like SEMO with the points here, moving from 4 to 3.5. And I kind of lean the over as well. The total's gone up about 2 points as well. Corpus Christi, we saw them in the tournament last year. I don't think this team is as good as the squad that went last season, but they are on fire right now. These guys have not played, I don't think, ever. Both these teams coming off some nice conference championships. But I believe in SEMO, and I think we'll see some points from their fast-paced offense here, and they could cause a little Southland team some trouble in this first playing game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, first things first, just excited March is here, right? Because this is finally, I know these technically – well, that's a question, Krabs. Is this technically a March Madness game in your mind? Yes or no? I need to hear the people's
it
thoughts.
is.
It is, right?
It should count as a lover of mid-majors and, small schools, and as a person who respects the heck out of these, coaches and teams for grinding all season to get here. My team, Mount St. Mary's, that I like, right? The mid-major I always root for. This is, playing games is pretty much all they really get whenever they win their conference. So I treat this as the tournament, in my opinion. These guys won their conference tournament. They should be in March Madness automatically. So in my eyes, you got to count these games and include them too. These teams deserve it just as much as, all the auto bids.
Yep. No, agree with that. We're going to be opposite though here. I do like Texas A&M, Corpus Christi. I got one dog, one favorite tonight, Krabs. So I think they cover the spread. They were the better team, right? They were the best team in their conference. SEMO, meanwhile, kind of, what were they, fifth in their conference? So I think they're the better team. I know the line did move down a little bit, but I still like them to get the cover here tonight at 3 or 3.5. Here's the game a lot of people want to get into, the Pitt-Miss State game, because people know these teams. They're from major conferences, the ACC, Pittsburgh's representing, and then obviously Miss State making way of the SEC. 2.5 point spread. This spread is going a little bit to Miss State, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it opened at 2. Yep. 2, and then yesterday it went down to 1.5. Now back up to 2.5. What's your thoughts on this one? Because this will be a fun one tonight.
Yeah, I've got Mississippi State. I guess we're on the wrong side of this one as well. Different sides here. I like Tolu Smith, and I like Mississippi State and the Bulldogs to get it done with their ferocious defense in this game. I know Pitt's been incredible all season, but I'm rolling with the line movement here and Tolu Smith and this elite defense. I think it'll prove a little too much for Pitt's kind of all over the place offense. They do a little ISO ball where they got, 4 or 5 guys who can all score on their own a little bit. But, against an elite defense like this, it's going to press you. They'll go into a zone a little bit at times. It's going to be trouble for, Burton and co. there at Pitt to kind of win this game and come out on top. And they kind of finished the season in a downward spiral a little bit. I mean, they were the 1 seed, with a week and a half left in the ACC, and they closed a 5 seed and barely made the tournament. So they're definitely not coming in hot. I like the direction of this Mississippi State team, who was ranked and highly touted at one point during the year. And I like that line move as well, too, and the splits are great. Give me Mississippi State.
So you made the point. Obviously, Miss State is the better defense here. Offensively, though, what I've seen from Miss State at times is how much that they could struggle on the other side of things. So it's going to be whoever controls the pace here, honestly. But Pitt's a team who could fill it up from 3. So if they can create looks and shoot the ball well, jump out to a lead, I think Miss State will struggle here to keep pace. 4 double-digit scores for the Panthers. They have multiple guys who can hurt you. They have guys who can kind of fill it up all over the court. I like Pitt. I'm going to go offense over defense here tonight. Obviously, it's a little bit risky there, but Burton, Hinson, they got guys who can stroke it from 3. And if they're on their game tonight, if they're shooting the 3 ball well, we've seen how lethal Pitt can be when they're shooting the 3 ball well. I think that's going to be kind of the X factor in this game. The 3-point line, because Miss State is a very good defense, and when you get open looks, you have to capitalize on it. But on the flip side, they just don't scare me enough offensively, Miss State. So I kind of have this game more as a pick 'em in my mind, and the fact that I can get a couple points with Pitt maybe comes down to the last possession, and we still catch in. So I would take the dog here. I would go money line as well as the spread in this game. So my favorite will be A&MCC. My dog will be Pitt for the night. But Krabs, so we're opposite on those two, but there's hope that we can match on these 2, right? So we got Fairleigh Dickinson and Texas Southern, right? So let's just talk over this first, because these are 2 teams that more so Texas Southern, we didn't expect to be here. What was their record when they finished the year? 6 games under 500?
They were like 14 or they were like 10 and 20 going into their tournament. And they ended up running the table, winning that whole thing, and running it back. They do usually win this conference. So it was a little bit weird to see them struggle all year, but then they got hot and ripped off 3 wins in a row to win their conference. Pretty wild.
Okay, yeah. So, and then Fairleigh Dickinson, they didn't even win their conference tournament. So I don't know how they're here. I mean, I know how because Merrimack won it. Merrimack can't be in. Dumbest rule in sports. So here you go. You guys are here even though you lost. You think they cover, though, 2.5, or you like the favorite here?
I do. I don't know if I'm going to play it, though, but I do lean FDU. I hate the line move, I'll be honest with you. And I hate that a team who's 14 and 20 opened up as a favorite against FDU. But like you said, FDU didn't even freaking win their conference tournament. They do have the best player on the floor, though, in Dimitri Roberts. It's not even really close. So I'm going to be backing him. And the line move here from 3.5 to 2.5, I think it's probably going to close around 2 or 1.5. I grab this while you can and roll with Fairleigh Dickinson. Even though they didn't win their, conference, I think they come out hungry off a loss and try to avenge, that embarrassment. Everyone's been chirping them. They don't deserve to be here. I think they come out extra hungry hearing those chirps and they win this game.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice for them. But that's a game I do not have a read on yet. I'm gonna have to dive more into that. That's not a game I'm jumping to bet at, at the moment. But I'm sure we'll find some action. This is one though that I think will be really good. Nevada, Arizona State. A lot of hate for Nevada right now. They did end our modest one-day ladder last week when they lost to San Jose State in overtime. Although Villanova also lost by 50, so what's it matter? This is going to be a good game, though. I think Arizona State, 2.5-point favorite. I like Nevada, though, as the dog here. I know Arizona State, the line is actually, again, moved towards them. I believe this opened as a pick'em or maybe a 1-point favorite for Arizona State. So the line's actually moved in the direction of Arizona State. I just think Nevada here, again, this is a coin flip game. Truthfully, Krabs, I don't think either of these teams are very good. When you break it down, I do think Arizona State was helped out tremendously by hitting that miracle game winner over Arizona. I think if they don't hit that, they're not even here. Truthfully, Nevada shouldn't be here either. The fact that they got in was kind of crazy. They were the one team on Selection Sunday that nobody thought would be in, Rutgers or Clemson. And truthfully, they probably did deserve it more. The committee gave the Mountain West more love than they gave a power conference team. I don't hate that, but Nevada, the way they ended the year, I didn't like. Losing to a bad team, not a bad team, a very average team in San Jose State. So, I think Nevada here with the value. Like their guard play. They got Will Baker inside, big man, could fill it up. Like this team overall, I think I think they play this game kind of carefree. Like, hey, we're not supposed to be here. Let's go on a run. So I think they win this game as a dog tomorrow night.
I agree. I'm with you. Give me the Wolfpack. I know it's a little revenge narrative for Des Cambridge on Arizona State, who transferred from Nevada. Yep. A lot of people are going to be backing Arizona State with that narrative. I personally like fading that narrative and backing the team from where the player left, because those guys are going to be hungry to prove that he shouldn't have gone anywhere. Right. I love Nevada. They're one of the best coach teams in the nation. Not a big Hurley guy for Arizona State. I don't really believe in him. I think he's overvalued, overrated. So Nevada coming in off of 3 losses, only getting a point or 2 against a way better, valued team in Arizona State. Better conference, right?
Yep.
I'm going with Nevada even with the line move. I like it. Give me the 2.5 points.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, sometimes the line movement said, what, I'll take it. I'll settle for it. I'll take the points. I can't list the amount of times Krabs I've smoked lines. The Michigan State game a few days ago, got the money line minus 160. They closed at 290, and they lost by double digits. Sometimes it doesn't matter. You can smoke a line. It still doesn't matter. Nonetheless, I do think Nevada pulls this one off and may continue to dance. A lot of people saying Rutgers got robbed. I think so. I think that loss to Minnesota really killed them. I think that was the one that the committee, kind of said.
Yeah, you can't even beat Minnesota. You probably don't belong in the freaking tourney.
They have Purdue on the ropes. They played them strong.
They played much better at the end of the season. They did.
Yeah, they kind of scuffled. Yeah, I agree with Alex here. He said neither Nevada or Arizona State should be here. It's kind of exactly what I said. I mean, these are two teams that probably feel lucky to be here. So we'll see how they play, but I agree. I'm not sure either of them should be here.